I'm fine, thank you.
You know what? For some reason, I barely hear you.
Oh, do you hear me now?
I guess it's actually. Let me use my headphones. Okay, just a second.
Okay, no problem, it's fine.
Just a moment. I'm connecting.
No problem, it's fine.
Okay, yeah, it should.
Okay, do you hear me
Yeah,
better
yeah,
now?
it's better.
Okay, no problem. So how was
Okay.
your day? How was your day?
Uh, yeah, the day is fine. I actually came to my parents. It's like in another region, and
Okay,
it's like it's Monday, like busy working day.
okay, that's beautiful. So what did you have for lunch?
I didn't have lunch yet, only breakfast. So it was like omelette, like scrambled eggs. My mom cooked for
Okay,
me. Yeah, and some
okay, that's
coffee.
beautiful. Okay, that's beautiful. So what's your plan for the weekend, for Easter? Do you celebrate Easter?
Yeah, yeah, we celebrate Easter, but we celebrate it next Sunday.
Yeah.
You also, yes, next Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, because like Jewish one, it's already like due now, it's already like happening. Um,
Oh,
so like not big plans, like the week will be working one. So like I plan to go for yoga, but I have my period, so most likely I will not go.
no
Um,
problem.
yeah, and I will meet my friends, my classmates, because I'm in my native town, when I was going to school. So maybe I will
Okay.
I will see my girlfriends. And like the weather is nice, so maybe
Hang out with them.
we'll have a walk.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Hope the call is on record for the benefit of those who won't be here for the lesson.
Mhm.
It's the call on record. I placed it on record.
Yeah, yeah, it's a record. It's all good, all good.
Okay, no problem. It's fine. So let's start 1.1. What do you think makes a great city?
Um, so I just need to reply this question, right?
Yes, maybe the appearance, the development, the modernization, infrastructures, like some
Mm-hmm.
beautiful
Okay.
things you think can make up a city.
Okay, so as for my opinion, I think that um, the great city will be like the combination of nature and development. Like, so it should be the mix of nature and urbanization, because frankly speaking, um, like we need the progress, but people could be happy only when they are surrounded by nature. Because sometimes we can live in like crowded modern places, but you need to ground from time to time. So as for me, this picture kind of represents, I cannot say perfect city, but good city, because we see some greenish here, we see some like buildings, some, maybe even flying objects. So it's definitely something that is combination of nature and modernization.
Okay.
Um, yeah, but I don't like actually the air, because maybe that is from like plants, plants and
Yeah.
big enterprises. But hopefully this city we call this like mix of everything.
Okay, that's beautiful. So 1.2, discuss the question. So we have, what effect do you think the following can have on a city? How serious are they? Which three things are of greatest concern? Where you live, and which is of the least concern? Why? So can you read the words about city concern?
Yeah. An economic downturn, a hurricane, an armed conflict, an earthquake, a high crime rate, severe pollution, terrorism, a huge fire, and flooding. So, which one is less serious and which one is bigger danger?
Yes.
Well, as for me, most all of them are quite serious because you cannot say this earthquake is less serious than terrorism. Definitely,
Exactly.
that's not true. Um, let's hmm.
Let's say they are all very severe in
Oh,
different conditions, because if
yes,
the
it's
economy of
everything.
yes, okay, I'm coming. For example, if the economy of a particular nation is not stable, people won't be able to trade, people won't be able to buy things at an affordable rate. Things, cost of living will be very expensive. Do you understand? And when there is
Yeah.
armed conflict or high crime rate, when there is high crime rate, people who live in that city can't even sleep with their eyes completely closed. They will be worried,
Mm-hmm.
will someone break into my house? There is always a cause for alarm. Even flooding, if a place is flooded, or a huge fire, like some months ago, I don't know if you could recall, there was a wildfire in Los Angeles. So you can imagine
Yeah.
how the people there faced a lot of disasters. Their houses were gone, their facilities, their investments, some people's places of work. So it's like starting life afresh from the beginning. Do you understand? Something you never expected, something you didn't see coming. So I think these are city concerns. They are all severe in their different ways. Do you understand?
Yeah,
Yes,
I
and they are
agree.
equally very, very serious things that need to be looked into. Both the government needs to do things about it, look for a way to reduce terrorism, look for a way to build good drainage system such that the whole places would not be flooded. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yes, and maybe give some punishment for people who are indulged in high crime rates. Do you understand? So that it will
Yeah.
help reduce this crime rate. Do you understand? Okay, so what's your opinion?
My opinion that all of these factors are very important. So I cannot say that like economic downturn is more important than terrorism. So like it just depends. For example, recently in Turkey, some earthquakes started to happen. Before that, it was calm. And
Yeah,
like terrorism maybe more common for, let's say, Iraq, Iran,
yeah,
other
yeah,
countries, right? So
yeah.
hurricane is more common for USA, some parts of the USA. So we cannot say that something is more important or like
Okay.
influence less than the other. So like for example, before that in Ukraine, an armed conflict was not that taken into
Yeah,
consideration, but now it's like number one, uh, even though the like pollution is still high, but we pay attention to pollution less than to armed conflict now. So everything from that list is important and
yes.
should
Okay.
be like considered.
Considered, yes. It's just like in my country, like currently there could be a high crime rate. Because
Mm-hmm.
this morning, the transformer that links electricity to where we live, someone tried to steal from there. and then the person underwent this serious punishment. The person was burnt to death. Do you understand? That is
Mm,
high crime rate. Why would you go and steal something from the transformer that supplies electricity to almost half of the city? Do you understand? So it's
mhm,
high crime rate. It's if we may not face things like earthquake in my country, but this high crime rate, it's something very severe. We may not face terrorism or a huge fire, but there are other things that should be put into the city concerns, in which the government needs to work on it, put in more effort, try to secure those like this electricity transformer, try to maybe put a guard around it, try to build long towers and poles and secure the place such that individuals cannot penetrate except electricity officials. Do you understand?
mhm,
So these
mhm.
are city concerns. Okay, 1.3 in this lesson.
In this lesson, I will speak about cities' problems and how to solve them, present proposals for the change and recovery of a city, revise perfect forms. Oh, actually, I don't like to propose regarding the
Mhm.
cities, but anyways.
Okay, so let's get started. Okay, vocabulary 1.1, we'll be learning new words, recovery, and change. Okay, the first one, the
Uh,
first one,
and undergo to experience something that is unpleasant or something that involves a change.
yeah, so when you're undergoing something that is unpleasant, so you could see we have other forms, um, underwent, undergone. I underwent some issues. So to undergo means to experience something that is unpleasant or something that involves a change. For example, let's say you had difficulties traveling from one city to the other because of bad roads. Do you understand? But say I had to undergo difficult moment trying to commute from my city to another city because of the bad roads. Do you understand? So it's something that is unpleasant or something that involves a change.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the next word, impose.
Impose to
Yeah.
officially order that a rule, tax, punishment, etc. will happen.
Yeah, so
Okay.
you know what it means to impose. You're trying
Yeah, yeah,
to,
yeah.
yes, to force something on another person. Do you understand? You're forcing
Mm-hmm.
on somebody. Okay, the next word, to flourish.
Flourish, to grow or develop well, like a flower. Yeah, it's clear.
When something flourishes, is beautiful, it glows. Okay, the next one, to
Mm-hmm.
demolish.
Demolish, to destroy something such as building.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, to demolish something. For example, you want to erect a new structure, or maybe your parents, maybe the house your parents stays at at the house that was built by your great grandparents, and you think maybe you're now wealthy enough, you think you should build something more beautiful, something more classy and standard. You decide to get a bulldozer to demolish the building so you could pay money for a better structure to be erected. Do you get?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one.
Pour into, to flow quickly and in large amounts.
Just like you're seeing water is being poured into a glass. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Okay. Next one.
Soar, to increase to a high level very quickly, like a bird.
Yes, it apart
Um, to increase to a high level very
from
quickly.
let me explain. When we talk
Mm-hmm.
about soaring, like when we say, oh, I'm soaring higher in my business, it's about this kind of sudden growth, or even if it may not necessarily be sudden, but you're seeing this transition from the level you were to a better level, or you're improving, or in your office, you're getting promotion every year, you are growing. But even it could be in knowledge wise. Before you were not this smart, but with development, visiting more cities, you've seeing that you have advanced, you've soared higher academically. Do you understand? Yes, yes. Okay. Can you give me an example?
With neglect or with previous one?
Or to soar higher?
Sorry, with which one?
To soar, to soar.
To soar. Okay, so uh, after getting married, like his private life started to soar.
Okay, to soar higher. Okay, that's great. Okay, the next one, to neglect.
Neglect, not to give enough care or attention for something or someone.
Paying enough attention to something. People say, oh, she was neglected after her parents passed away. Do you understand? Okay. The next one,
Initiate, to make something begin.
to start up an idea, to bring up an idea. For example, if you're initiating an idea in your place of work, in order to improve the state of your office, or you're bringing up an idea you understand what I'm talking about when we say to initiate something, to start up an idea about something. Okay, so 2.1.
So I need to go to the platform.
Yes, ma'am.
Which exercises? Can you please follow me
One.
section?
Oh, it's 2.1. I think you're already
Okay,
there.
I see.
Vocabulary.
Fill the gaps with the correct form of the verbs, then decide which of the synonyms are more common in academic written English. The city has undergone
Correct.
huge changes in recent years, not entirely for the better. The government will have invested. Then the government will pour. Will
No,
have
we'll have port with ED.
3 million pounds into the transport system by the end of this parliament. It's mistake here. Parliament. Parliament. What is parliament?
Okay, it has to do with all these court cases, judiciaries, a parliament.
The slums. The slums. Were demolished to make way for a golf course, and the inhabitants were rehoused nearby. The previous mayor, an ambitious plan. What was that word?
Initiated.
Okay, initiate.
I told you, initiate is like starting up or bringing up an idea or a plan. Do you understand?
To develop the city center, but it's run into financial difficulties, and the new mayor has cancelled the project. The whole area
Has been neglected.
And the council has managed to secure EU funding to have the decline. The city has managed to attract a lot of inward investments, and businesses are not soaring. Flourishing. It's not.
FLOUR.
Mm-hmm. And doing very well. Crime has gone up a lot. Crime,
Had soared. When you say something has gone up, so the soaring, it could be something going higher. It could be either in a positive way or in a negative way.
in the 1980s, and the mayor's zero tolerance policy was credited with reversing that trend. In order to ease congestion, the government brought in restrictions on car use. Brought in. I don't remember which is the synonym.
Okay, it's imposed.
Impose.
Yes.
Restrictions on car use.
Okay, well done. You're always doing excellently well, and I'm impressed. Okay, so trying to discuss the questions. So, have you seen an area in your city that has started to undergo urban renewal? Which changes have you noticed?
Like frankly speaking, I cannot say that I'm, let's say, commuting very often in my native city. So I usually go from home to some places that I already know. So, but definitely my city is undergoing some urban renewal, some new constructions happening. And most of the time, I just noticed new constructions to be started. That's what I notice. Or that they demolish some old buildings. That's what I notice.
Okay, that's beautiful. Question number 2.
Do you think that the imposition of strict regulations is necessary during urban renewal projects? Why or why not? I really think that strict regulations should be present during urban renewal projects because specifically in my country or my city, it's happening like without, let's say, without control or under big bribes, you know? So I really think that Kiev is very beautiful city, historical one, and you cannot just do the new buildings and do all these urban projects just out of the blue. It should be really regulated with the strict rules that will not destroy the beauty and the concept of the city. So my opinion is really only strict regulations.
Okay, that's beautiful. So the word is imposition. Imposition. Do you think the imposition, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so number 3, how do you feel about older buildings being demolished to make a way for new development? Should some building be preserved instead?
Like again, in my city, it's really often it's really happening often that we demolish some old buildings and in order to make new constructions, but that buildings are really historical places that was created in previous century by some rich family, and it's like our heritage. And a lot of conflicts and petitions happening because of the demolition of that buildings. So again, it should be done under some specific control, not randomly. And I'm like for the combination of old buildings plus new buildings, but not when it's happening only for money, that okay, we will destroy all the buildings in order to do new one that will bring money. I'm against this stupidity.
I understand your opinion, but sometimes, people, yes, I like the fact that you said this should be done only under strict rules or in cases of when there is a necessity. You don't just do these things because you may hurt people's feelings. Those may be people's family property. People invested a lot in those buildings. It may even act as memories to people. Do you understand? Those buildings may serve as memories for some families, so you don't just take laws into your hands because you are in a position where you can humiliate others. No. So it should be done if only the project mentioned is to be beneficial to the society at large. And then how it's been done in my country is that before the government decides to demolish any building, they would have informed you 3 years or 2 years to the time they wanted to demolish it. And then the government will pay you a huge compensation that is worth that building so that you can use it to buy an apartment elsewhere to live, either to buy an apartment or to get a more comfortable building for yourself and your family. Do you understand? Yes, how it's been done. You don't just demolish it because the government always pay a very huge compensation to these families who their landed properties are always being taken away from them. Do you get? Okay, the next one.
In what ways can urban renewal help an area to flourish? Can you think of any potential downsides? Well, as far as I know, such city as Singapore is really urbanistic city, meaning that they create really nice modern projects. I have not been there, but it's only information that I know. But still, they do this perfect combination of nature and sustainability and modernization. So, it's possible to do urban projects and still to make the area flourish because it's done under a great concept, like as not random projects, but as whole concept of the city or the town. But potential downsides will be that not all of the people will still like it because there definitely will be people that say, "Oh my God, this was so stupid." Even like even Tour Eiffel in Paris, it was not liked by all the citizens from the beginning. A lot of people, they said that it's ugly, it's so like inappropriate there, but now it's like the symbol of the city. So the downside is just the opinions of some people or organizations that will not like that. But
Yeah.
maybe there are some other downsides. I just don't know.
Okay, that's beautiful. Sometimes you just have to, in order to progress in life or to succeed in life, you have to learn how to pay deaf ears to people. You have to learn how to not to allow everything people says disturbs you. Because if maybe like the government try to pay attention to these people who are saying don't do that project, it won't be good, the city will always remain underdeveloped over a long period of time. Sometimes you just need to be strict about these things so that people will see when we say the end justifies the means, it like an idiom. It means that the end of a thing will describe the beauty of that thing. The end will tell the exact impact that thing had. Do you get? Okay, that's nice. Okay, the
Yeah.
last question.
How do you think the soaring property prices affect local residents during urban renewal? So, like when prices are getting high, right?
Yeah.
Soaring property prices affect local residents.
Or people who live in that city
Okay.
when they're trying
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
renew.
So mm, it like it has both sides, I guess, because first of all, like if prices are getting higher, it means that you can sell your property like with a bigger price. But again, being the local, I guess it will affect all other prices, maybe like for all the facilities, all of like it still
The
will
cost
be
of things,
interconnected.
the cost of things would now be increased for them. The locals may not be able to afford. Do you understand? For example,
Mm-hmm.
let me give an example. If there were houses here that are more like built in a slum kind of setting, and then the government decides to demolish all the houses here and build a more standard infrastructure, so houses where people could live with electricity, water connected, with heaters in the room and all that, and the house is a standard building. You know, after this has been demolished, the prices of those, the rent will now be on the high side, such that the locals who were living in those slum kind of nature may not be able to afford this quality life of living. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's my own opinion. Okay, so 3.1, read what you have there.
Choose one topic that you find the most interesting and prepare a little speech. Okay, a place or institution that has undergo big changes. No, I don't like it. A place or section of society that has been neglected. Maybe. Let's see. A plan or strategy the government has initiated. No, I don't like it. I don't look into politics very deeply. Someone or
Okay.
something that is flourishing. I don't know, something that government has poured money into. Okay, so I will stick to the second one and place or section of society that has been neglected. What
Okay,
is
let's see an
the
example here.
example? The old train station in our city has recently undergone significant changes as part of a major urban renewal project. Once a neglected building, it has now been transformed into a bustling transporting hub. The renovation has not only preserved the station's historic architecture, but also added modern amenities, allowing the area to flourish. Since the project has initiated, new businesses have started to pour into the surrounding neighborhood, and property values have soared. This redevelopment
Redevelopment.
has made the station a central part of the community again, attracting both local and tourists. Okay, I just need to think of a part of the society that like a place or section that has been neglected. Yeah. A place or section that has been neglected. Okay, yeah, I know it. So specifically in my country, I think that a place or the part of the society that has been neglected are villages. Let's say villages and small cities. You know, not urban cities, but small cities of like under 30,000 people living there. And why I really think that it's now neglected, because in my childhood, uh, like these small cities and villages were really developed places with a lot of farms, with a lot of small households. Like the families were planting a lot of vegetables and fruits. There were a lot of cows, sheep, horses, and these households, they could sell their products like later, which brings them some profit. But starting from like 20, let's say 2005, so the beginning of this century, we really see that these places are no longer flourishing, and a lot of difficulties really happening for these places because a lot of people going from the villages into urban cities because they want a better life. But and all of these villages, they are no longer flourishing. They are just like they are under degradation. So, on my opinion, in order for my country to develop better, they need to pour investments into these villages and these small cities and motivate people to still stay there and develop these places because like we are agricultural country, and if you neglect this part of the society, which is like villages and small cities, you will see that in future there will be no
Food.
and yeah, like no food, really, no food, no meat, no milk on the market. So it will appear a huge like food
Affect
problem.
the economy of the nation
Yeah, affect the whole economy, and like specifically this how to call these issues with food, nourishing, not nourishing, but uh mm, how to say, well, people are hungry, like globally, how
Is it
hunger
famished?
was what?
Famine? Is it
Yeah,
famine?
yeah, 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 it's famine. So there could be even the big issues with famine in all parts of the Ukraine. So
Okay.
yeah, so summing that up, I think that there should be some politics or like parties that initiate the development of these places in order for our country being developed like sustainably, so like from all the sides, not in the big cities.
Yes, okay, that's beautiful. I really appreciate your opinion. It's a great one. Well done. So let's move to grammar. Okay, so 1.1, look at the sentences below. What structure is used here? What do you use this? When do you use this structure? Give your example.
They have invested a lot of money in the area. This is just present perfect.
Okay.
They invest a lot of money in the area. It's present simple. I don't know what specifically it's they need from me here.
Okay. So you're actually correct. So present perfect is used to talk about before now, and then to show the result of an action that begun or were in the past. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. So like we said here, I have invested a lot of money in the area. So before now, we don't know if it is still continuing, but before now, the person has invested a lot of money in the area. And the next one says they invest a lot of money in the area. That's just a general saying. They invest a lot of money in the area. The next one, he had gone when I arrived. It means that he left before I arrived. That's before. Do you understand? But he went when I arrived. First, I arrived, and at the moment he left. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he had gone when I arrived. It means that he left before I had arrived. Then he went after I arrived. It means that I first arrived, and at the moment at my arrival, he left. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing with when I say that I was disappointed when I got there, having read so many good things about it. Reading about it now makes me want to go there. Okay, so it means the
Mhm,
first
mhm,
one he was already disappointed, but when he got there, it's not the things were not the way he heard about it. Do you understand?
mhm.
Okay, no problem. So perfect forms of English. Let's start. That's 1.2. Okay. So read what you have there.
Perfect forms use a form of have plus past participle. Passive perfect forms use the form of have plus been plus past participle. Primarily, perfect forms emphasizes that something has happened or started before another event or point in time.
Do you understand? It's trying
Mm-hmm.
to emphasize that something had happened, just when you say, or started before, or he had arrived before I got there, something like that. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The next one, present perfect, just like you said earlier.
The present perfect simple shows that something happened or started before now. There is usually a present result. The Guggenheim Museum has become one of the most famous buildings in the world. The change happened before now. There have been some voices of opposition. Compare these present perfect and present simple forms. They have invested a lot of money in the area. Before now, we don't know if it's continuing. They invest a lot of money in the area generally. I've had a car for 6 years. From 6 years ago to now, I have a car. A present fact, time unknown.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're following me. The next one, past perfect.
The past perfect simple emphasizes that something happened or started before to another event or time in the past. Example, the slum had effectively created a barrier between the affluent north and the more deprived south of the city before it was demolished. Up until the early 80s, Bilbao had been dominated by steel plants and shipbuildings before the 1980s.
Okay, so past perfect has to do with it emphasizes that something happened or started before another event or time in the past. This has to do with something in the past. Do you understand? The slum had effectively created a barrier between the affluent north and the more deprived south of the city. So before it was demolished, this happened. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it has had plus verb. Okay, the next one. Future, perfect, and other models.
Mm-hmm. Future perfect and other models. After a modal verb, we use infinitives without to. The perfect form is will, may, should, plus have, plus past participle. Example, if we ever achieve a successful city for children, we will have built the perfect city for all citizens.
Take that again.
We will have built the perfect cities. Before achieving it, you have to build it. Other cities may have failed because they didn't take up the other stance of Bilbao's generation project. Before now, may shows possibility here. I should have finished
Okay.
work by 6, but I'll call you if I haven't.
Yeah, so this is it's we use infinitives without so the perfect form is will, may, should have, and past participle, like it says, I should have finished work by 6, but I'll call you if I haven't. Do you understand? Something in the future, that if I haven't, it means by 6 o'clock it's expected that I'll be done with work. But if by 6 o'clock, which is in the future, I am not done with work, then I'll inform you. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a bit complex, but it needs continuous practice. Do you understand? And application in our everyday speaking. If you apply it in our everyday speaking, you would get to understand it better. Okay, participle clauses.
Sometimes we need an ing form to form a participle clause. Having
Clause.
cleared one space, Pechalora's administration then appropriated the lands of a private country club after they had cleared. Compare these sentences. I was disappointed when I got there, having read so many good things about it. Reading about it now makes me want to go there.
Do you understand?
Like what exactly I need to understand here?
Okay, just we're telling us that you use the ing form to form a participle clause. For example, when it says reading about it now makes me want to go there. You can't just say read about it makes me, but reading that when you say reading now about it makes me want to go there. So it means you've been hearing about a particular place, you've never been there, but because you had to, maybe you watched on television or you read on a paper about a particular city, maybe London. So you're now longing to go to that place. Okay, the other one says, I was disappointed when I got there, having read so many good things about it. So because you have already read something good about that place, but on getting to that place, what you got was the opposite. So you now felt disappointed. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay, the last one. When we apply it in some sentences, you get to understand better the passive perfect form.
We often use the passive when we prefer not to mention to or what the action. For example, it's not known, it's obvious, or we don't want to say, so that we can start the sentences with the most important or most logical information in more informal or scientific writing. Passive perfect form are built by the structure to have been verb 3 form or modal verb plus have been verb's third form.
Okay. Okay, so let's do this exercise. It's 1.3. Maybe you would understand better.
1.3. Complete the sentences with the correct perfect forms of the verbs in brackets. By the time the explorers reached the pole, they
had covered.
Why you say that? I'm like I'm in process.
Oh, sorry. On the
Yeah.
road, you were correct. I didn't
Like
even know.
yeah, like if I
Yeah,
don't know, then it's okay. In
okay,
recent years,
sorry.
council employees to give to separate pay rises. In recent years, council employees have been given to separate pay rises.
No.
To design the new national stadium, Ferguson then went to the design many other sports arenas. The new national stadium. Let's try with just it should be perfect form. I just want to try designing, but no, it's not right.
No, it's not. Having
Okay,
this.
having designed. By the end of the new quarter, the Treasury to recover over 30 million euros in unpaid taxes. Treasury had recovered. Have
No,
recovered.
will have recovered.
Will. Yeah, next quarter. Okay. The city's commitment to art and culture in recent years recognized across the world. The city's commitment to art and culture in recent years. Let's try, but I'm not sure. No.
Okay. Has been.
Has been, yeah? Has
Yes.
been. Okay. The building doesn't meet current standards, and that's why inspectors to declare it unsafe. Inspectors have declared, no,
You are correct.
declared, no, not declared.
You
That's
didn't
why
spell
the,
declared. The
hmm?
spelling, you didn't spell the declared correctly. That's why you added
Ah,
all.
okay,
Yes.
okay, yeah. Jack became a successful businessman despite leave school 20 years previously with new qualifications. Despite despite having left school 20 years previously with few qualification, although he to not visit the monument, he knew all about this history from books. Although he no
Had not visited.
had not. Okay. Before long, mankind work out a way of building escape colony on Mars. I hope I'm still around to see it. Mankind will have worked if we to know there was an exhibition if we had known. No, if we but it should be had known. To
You
know,
didn't spell the
known.
noun correctly. You wrote KH instead of KN. KN O
Ah,
W.
oh my
You
God. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay.
didn't notice that. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, beautiful. Well done. So 1.4. Discuss the questions.
How has your city changed in the last few
Yeah.
years? And like few years, it's 2, 5 years, how many?
Maybe 3 to 5 years.
3 to 5 years. Okay. 3 to 5 years. Okay, like if it's 3 to 5 years, still most of this time it's like war happening, so it's already like
Oh,
more than 3 years.
okay.
So um that's why I cannot say that um
Yeah, much
there
changes.
yeah, much good changes. Let's say much good changes because still a lot of destruction happening. And I think that they do not invest properly because still they build some roads, but in current situation, maybe it's not that necessary to renew roads, but it's better to invest in some other things, but still like, but nevertheless, my city is still flourishing, meaning that it's like really nice in spring and we have a lot of parks, beautiful like places to spend time, and still some new constructions happening here. I know this because like mm, I see it from time to time when I go
Okay.
somewhere. And still a lot of restaurants are being opened also. So I cannot say that my city is like dead place. No, it's definitely like the capital is still living somehow or surviving. So,
Do you live in
so
Kyiv?
yeah, like I live in Kiev, but now I'm in my native city. It's smaller.
Okay. You said so. Went to visit your parents.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's nice. So how do you think your city or country will have changed in 10 years' time? Maybe if the war have ended.
Yeah, I really hope that my city will be very popular among tourists and foreign investors. And I see it as like a city that is new, that is modern, that is very nice for people to live. Um, and like flourishing, that is really nice touristic destination because it's super cozy and like the food is nice, the weather is great. So I really see it as nice place to visit and to live.
Okay, that's beautiful. So what's the two most important events in your city or country's history? Why?
Um, okay, so like in I don't like history a lot, so I'm not that person that know all the dates and stuff, but like I still think that uh, the fact of our country to become independent in 1991 is still very important, and we're gonna celebrate this holiday on 28th of August, so it's like pretty much soon. And it's really important for each country to be independent, to build own history, not to be the part, of some big union or like of big country. I think it's uh, like one of the main events specifically for my country.
Okay, that's beautiful. So let's move to speaking, problem solving. Are you there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're going to read this and also give your own idea or opinions. Okay, read that.
Okay. Old Oldbury is a town of 250,000. It's to receive 500 million pounds of funding to have the decline that has been taking place over a number of years. There is a chemical works on the outskirts of the town which produces nasty fumes. The city has a number of uh, deprived areas and high unemployment. The small historical center, which is very run down, dates back 300 years. You are going to decide how to spend some funding on a town called Oldbury. You will team up for the task. Goal: make sure to invest money in the most beneficial way. Example: provide grants for people starting up new businesses, restore the historical center, and build a tourist center. Pay attention to the city security and safety. Example: recruit more officers to police the proper part of the city, set up youth center to give young unemployment people something to do and to keep them off the street, plan how to improve ecological conditions, set up a recycling center, plant trees in every street and increase the amount of green space available for public use. Present your budget plan. Okay, I don't like the task, but still yeah, because I mm, it's like it's like speech of the mayor or plan something, so I don't like it, but still and here it's already like most of them already mentioned. Okay, but still I will start planning the budget from improving the ecological condition. So because it's like the start, because if ecological situation is not appropriate, like new people will not come and old people maybe will move. So mm, we will build a recycling center that will include some group that will like fight with the problem of pollution. I mean, I don't know how much it will cost, but it's just general description. And we will involve local people to work there as well. So maybe like we need some manpower, you know, so the people will be already working in this recycling center. And also we will plant some new trees because it's definitely helping for like air to be less polluted. The second step will be like improving the city center because it's really old, run down, but still it should be preserved in it like native condition. So there will be some organization, they will take care of it, not UNESCO, but some sort of this organization, they will take care.
Yeah.
They will do the reconstruction plan, and we will start to rebuild that in order for it to be still like anxious, but modern version of anxious. And the next part, we need to create some businesses and in order to make investments work and to bring profit. So we will try to build nice touristic image for this city. Again, maybe it will be some PR campaign, or maybe it will be some, you know, like artist that is coming to the city. So it will be definitely some work with media. We will need to bring some attention to this city. So most likely some like, yeah, PR campaign. And also regarding the like security, this idea of to have more officers, it's nice idea. I mean, I'm also taking that because city needs to be protected.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like what else? And maybe some like we need some new business, meaning that we will do the how it's called, not trade but tender. We will do the tender for small and medium enterprises. So we need to bring some new business in the city. If it's like some handmade, if it's some small production, whatever, it should be like the presentation for this city. So we'll make the tender among the locals, and we will need to invest some new business for Old Bury to be famous for that. So that's the plan.
Okay, that's beautiful. Even when you said you didn't like the topic, but you gave a very beautiful contribution.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
that's nice. So let's move to the next is cool down. Okay, so well done. Of course, I've been telling you from the beginning that you've really done a great job, and it's really interesting having you in my class. You give very powerful and impactful contribution, and you try as much as you can to do your task correctly, and it's a good one. Well done. Okay, so 1.1.
Thank you. What I need to do here, like,
If you can use it, you now click on it. I can do this, I can do this, I can, that's all.
So I need to do on the platform.
Yes.
Okay. It's done.
Okay. Let's see. Okay, so well done. You're great. Okay, so let's see what we have. Okay, what we have is next is our homework. So please, when you're free, try as much as you can to do your homework. Do you understand?
Yes, but now I see it now. Okay, I see.
Yes.
But
Okay.
like frankly speaking, like at the beginning I was doing homework, but from time it like it's harder and harder, and I usually skip,
I noticed when you were
unfortunately.
online. I noticed when you were online trying to do the homework, I know.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's fine. All right, no problems. So thank you. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're
Okay.
finished now, right?
Yes, yes.
Or
Do have
oh,
a
okay,
blessed
okay.
day.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, my warm regards to your parents. Have a wonderful stay.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Okay, okay,
And
bye.
have a
Have a great
great have a great day. Bye bye.
okay. See you on Wednesday.
See you.
Okay, thank you.